Right. It's recording now, pal. Are you in?
Let's join me. Let's have a look. Are you good?
Right, here we go. You're not in here again.
Waiting for horse to start meeting.
I'm in, mate. I'm already in, mate. I'm waiting for you. I'm in.
Well, I can't say what it says on that.
Here you go. You're in. It says priest on you. Prest.
But Huey wants to continue with the audio.
You can see me now, Shane. Surely now, can't you?
Yeah, I can see you now. Yeah.
Right, what are you then?
Right. Start chatting.
Right. How are you?
I'm not so bad, thanks. How are you?
Well, we didn't have this problem when we were in jail 20 years ago, padded up, did we?
No.
Oh my!
Listen, all we had to do then was pen and paper.
It was pen and paper and applications to a bubble.
Yeah.
How are you?
Wow. So how are you been anyway, Russ?
I'm all right. Where's your pitch? I can't see you.
Right. What don't you do?
Well, do what you did before when you came up, when you popped.
Start a video.
It's
Right.
a adult beginning of it, so we'll just.
Aye.
Anyway.
Did you see me now? Yeah, listen. I'm sorry about that, secretary. Listen, bro.
What, 44 minutes just to click on the link, you dummy?
Listen,
I'm
sorry.
Stolen brands on, or what?
The green door. Listen, guys, anybody who's watching, listen, I'm really sorry, but I am absolutely just a form tech when it comes to computers. I just have got no savvy at all. I'm really sorry.
Well, yeah, obviously, we met 20 odd years ago. You were doing jail for importing whatever you were doing back then. Since then, what's happened? I mean, I've read somewhere that took over £1 million off you, didn't it, police? Houses and all that, were it?
Yeah, I lost about £9 million worth of houses and everything else, well, due to making a false statement about 800 quid or something different to what my income was, and they just took it upon themselves to absolutely
just take
throw it to the wolves, you know.
They did that to John Rose, didn't they? Took all his houses off him, didn't they?
Did they really?
Yeah, took all. He got jail for it.
It's absolutely. Do you know? Honestly, I started my first mortgage in 94, 95.
Yeah.
And like I say, you know, everybody sort of like told Porky's about what the wages was, because if you didn't, you know, you couldn't get a mortgage. And it wasn't much that, it was what you anticipated making throughout the year, not what you actually made. Self-set. So anyway, cut a long story short.
They took that, didn't they?
They took a lot. And took 296,000 quid in my Rolexes and everything else, so just left me crippled.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's a bit more to it than that, wasn't there? Because you were basically doing what you want around where you lived.
There's more.
Taking piss, weren't you? Come on, it wasn't just that a few words on a form, wasn't it? For a mortgage, it was a bit more than that, wasn't it? Come on.
Well, listen, whatever. I made myself. I was a mid-millionaire in my early 30s, and it soon disappeared. The police made sure of that.
And bet you're back now again, aren't you? Back on top.
Listen, if cleaning dog excrement up and dog urine and everything else as well is on top, listen, then I need to find another job.
Come on, I'll admit it, Sean. You've got one of the best dog thingy places in all, aren't you? It's a proper setup you've got.
Well, yeah, it's Prestige boarding kennels and all. Yeah, it is the best. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for my dog Roxy. She's bang on. Thank you very much. Nice to go.
And do you know why? Do you know why it's the best establishment in Hull? Because it's the only one in Hull.
Is it? You're even shipping dogs to some Saudi.
There's plenty in the surrounding areas, but listen, there's only one in Hull. It's bad.
The dogs that you breed, though, they're all like exotic, like really proper pedigrees, and you send them to Saudi and lot, don't you?
Well, that's how we first started out, Russ. What we was doing is we was a breeding establishment,
Yeah.
where we bred, high-end dogs and everything else as well.
Yeah.
And then after lockdown, like when everyone started working from home and everything else as well, they want a problem selling dogs. Whereas now, everyone's back at work and there's no one at home. They need
Yeah.
boarding kennels to board the dogs while they're going holiday. So we've transitioned over to in a boarding kennels as opposed to a breeding establishment.
Yeah. Do you miss jail?
Pardon?
Do you miss jail?
Well, listen, I miss jail like I miss
An Olin Ed.
well, I miss jail like I miss being bounced up and down on Jimmy Savile's knee.
That's a bit low, isn't it? I can't afford editors to take that out. No, what I want to say is, look, when we
Is
were
what?
there, we used to have crack, didn't we? Right, we used to have a laugh.
Of course we did, yeah.
Now, some of the best times I've ever had in my life. I know you'll go mad when I say this, but I always say they were in jail. Some of the best laughs, and
We've been behind the door, aren't
we
Listen,
a green.
the green.
Oh.
Boss.
I'll have to explain that. What we used to do, right? Screws used to come into the cell, and we used to make out that we were retards, didn't we? So they used to come in, and we used to do our retard. Well, I'm not having a go at retards, but we used to make out we were crackers, didn't we? And they didn't want to search our cell. They used to leave us alone, didn't we? We walk around in nip, didn't we? In front of us, hey, bro, bro. They used to go, oh, you're all right, lads. No, they're all right. Then leave them in. I didn't want them coming in. Because there's no to do in there except do your heads in and do screws heads in, isn't there, really? That's what we felt, didn't we?
The funniest thing was like we say, I shared the same pad as Russ for a while. And all Russ ever spent on about is, obviously a lot of the older people, the older viewers will have been and seen Mac Vicker, never get out, you'll never get out, never get out, never get out. And Russ used to say to me, Shane, this is one jail, you'll never get out of it. It's the dumping ground and all that.
Yeah.
When someone tells me you can't, I said you can. I said, listen, I'll be out. You won't. So anyway, I told them that obviously I was in for importation of allegedly importation of £10 million worth of cannabis. They found 1.2 million allegedly in my farm that I used to have, and they said that I was not a facilitator, but I was the groundsman that had access to everywhere because the property was mine and I'd rented it out to people that was, that I knew was up to. But anyway, all just by the by. But I explained to the wing PO at the time that there was £100,000 contract on my head, and if you didn't have me moved to a different establishment, you'd have a death on your hands. Within 6 hours, I was gone. See you later.
I couldn't think about that. I just kept going standard, misbehaved, basic. Then I get to standard, and then I'm nearly on enhanced. Then I go back to basic, and it just went on for more than a couple of years. I couldn't think out like that. Oh, there's a Banksy on my head. I says, you'll never get out here. I can't get out. You were gone.
But yeah, and they came to the cell and said, "Get your gear. You're going to this different location." So they're moving to another location. In with Leroy, the window wiper.
Yeah, but why don't you tell them? Why don't you tell the people who watch this, right? Why?
Right, okay.
No, why they wanted you gone, mate, because one morning you got up and you went, I'm going Hindu. So they put you on Hindu, then you went, I'm Ramadan. And then you went vegan. I said, well, who's this coming to the door here? He goes, oh, we've got a parcel here for Collinson. Opened it. And there's Marmite and all soya milk. I said, are you going vegan? You goes, no, I'm supposed to keep that right. And I swear to God, that's why they said he's going in. And I thought,
I used to walk down the landing and rub everyone's sausages and bacon and all that. I was a vegan.
Crazy days, mate.
I used to just swipe all the sausages and the bacon off everybody's trays. 8 tins of tuna like it was going out back to
Do
Sensations crisps.
you remember
Hell
them
chicken and tartar.
sensations, Chris? Do you have them
Yeah.
sensations? You had about 10 bags of them at bed, you pig.
Yeah. Yeah, but you helped yourself when I wasn't
Yeah.
there. I know you
When
did.
you were on a visit, I was trading them. It
Yeah,
was
listen, never
spiciest
mind.
thing. It was spiciest thing you could get, wasn't it? Them spicy sensations in jail, wasn't it?
I'm still billing you for
Right. I know you're a boxing fan, Shane,
them.
because you tried to make the fight, didn't you, with Mickey Theo and John Fury and put the dough. We even saw.
Tried to what? Oh,
Well, we
yeah, well,
tried to
Mickey.
make it, didn't we? We got a venue in all that rugby ground, didn't we?
We had everything. We had
People
everything.
don't know what went on behind the scenes, do we? Getting Mick and John to fight and all that. And it never came off in end, really, did that? Mick didn't want it on hard road, or he wanted it in ring, and John didn't want it in ring, he wanted it on hard road, and they were going around in circles, weren't we? Like John is now with Usyk and Warren and Adam and all them with Tyson, it? It was a mess, wasn't it?
It was. It ended up being a mess, yeah.
And I tried my knackers off to get it. Well, we tried all sorts, didn't we?
We all tried. It'd be nice.
Kevin, you, me, there were a lot of time and effort went into it. But I think in the cold hard light of the day, I think they both didn't want to fight really when it comes to it. They could have fought, couldn't they, really?
Listen, to be fair, Mickey Theo wanted to do it for charity and everything else as well. Listen, Mickey's got a few quid. He don't need to be bouncing around and whatever else. I think what it was, I think what upset John was, sorry, I think how John upset Mickey was by saying, "I'll fight any man over 50. I'm the bestest 50-year-old in the world." And I think Mickey took offence to that because he's in very good shape and he looks after himself and he eats well and trains well. I ain't saying John don't, even though we know he don't. But Mickey was mad for it and wanted it. It was a good thing for charity at the time, and it came and passed, and that was it basically.
They could have fought though, really, for no money and just met, couldn't they? I'd have fought if they wanted to fight, really, but they wanted to get some out of it, didn't they?
Yeah, but in the end, some nasty things started being said about each other. Now it got to the point of where if they'd have met up, it'd have gone off before they got in the ring, and it'd have been silly, and it'd have been for out on the cobbles.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think about the current state of play with the heavyweight division, Shane?
What heavyweight division?
Exactly. How happening is that?
Listen, it's pretty much at the minute at a stalemate. Now, people keep going on about, listen, we need Usyk. We need Usyk fighting against Tyson Fury. Listen, Tyson Fury has had the gauntlet chucked at his feet and he won't pick it up. Now, Tyson's a lovely fella. Listen, he does what he does and he looks after his family and his friends and riding around, tries to do a little bit for mental health and everything. It's all well and good, But when it was chucked on his toes, I don't really think he wants it. He said, okay, I'll accept the 30, 60, the 30, 40s and whatever there was splitting up between them, the 70 30s and all that. He said, okay, then, Usyk's got a belt, what Tyson hasn't got, the only belt he hasn't got at the minute.
Yeah.
So why shouldn't Tyson fight and try and say, well, okay, then, you got his belt, I'll have it now then.
Yeah.
No, is there something in Tyson's mind? Is there something stopping him, or does he just want to sort of like, he's been in that retirement more times than the prostitute fix have been up and down with me. No, but they have.
Would you a retirement any day out?
You know what I mean? So he's in and out of all the time. He just needs to say, look, is what? What was that?
I said.
What was that, Russ?
I said that Tyson's retires every couple of months. Would you another retirement?
Oh, listen. I'll only come back to fight if I get $500 million. I want 500 million quid. I want this. Listen, he is the best heavyweight about at the minute, only because there ain't no heavyweights about.
Yeah.
And that's not being disrespectful. Listen, I ain't saying I can fight Tyson Fury. Listen, he's a young man compared to me. But what I'm saying is back in the day when the heavyweights was heavyweights, what would he be like then?
Well, they all fought, didn't they? He would have had to fight and killers and kill one after each other because the fight.
Of course he would. Listen, he takes his fights and picks and chooses and takes what he wants. Now he takes a cream. I'll have a little bit of this. I'll slug him about. You know, you know, after he's had after he had his first fight and everything else as well, it should have been. Then his second fights and third fights, it just starts getting. It starts being a trilogy. It ends up being like Fast and Furious, like times 10 and all that. What do you do? Where do you stop?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, who do you put against him now?
Well, in the it's nearly 2 years now since he fought Wilder for the third time. Since then, he's been in with two shot fighters that are old, Chisora and White. No, we
So
don't
well,
see another
that's it.
one
Yeah.
like that, do we?
Well, no.
You know, it's not.
You might as well start digging up the two Russians again and get them back in the ring and everything.
Oh, Klitschko's.
That's what this cough brothers. Yeah, let's get them back in the ring.
Yeah, I tell you what, I wouldn't mind
I'll
seeing
fight them
Vladimir.
both. You what, pal?
I wouldn't mind seeing Vladimir come back. I bet he's still in good shape. Him, you
I
know,
reckon they're both still in good shape. Yeah,
yeah, be a good fight.
fighting for the country at the minute, aren't they? Apparently.
Yeah. If Tyson doesn't fight this year, do you think that the WBC should strip him?
Strip him as yeah. Listen, why not?
Well, it looks
Listen,
like
why
the
not?
second
Why should
franchise
he hang on to
champion.
something that he's not defending? When someone else wants him, give somebody else a shout.
Yeah, yeah,
But they
yeah.
won't. But they won't.
No,
They won't. It won't happen.
boxing's a law unto itself at times, isn't it? Really, Shane.
Once you retire, you lose the belt. Once he said I retired, he should have handed his belts back in. Job done.
Yeah, that's why I can't understand why they didn't strip him last time he retired.
Well, that's to me. That's what you do. You retire. You've had enough. Belts go back in. That's it.
Yeah,
Go back in the pot. That's it.
in the pot. Well, that's what they call it, the pot.
Yeah, back in the pot. Get him back in the pot.
Well, let number one and number two from WBC fight for it. Let Wilder and Andy Ruiz fight for the vacant belt if Tyson's not going to fight.
If he's over, yeah. Who do you fancy that fight if he came off?
Wilder,
Who was
Wilder.
Wilder?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, yeah. He's longer arms. If he hits you,
Yeah, listen, he's got a longer reach, and everything, but I just don't think he's got that instinct anymore. What he used to have, I think, is like he's been rocked. He's been rocked a little bit, and he's had his confidence knocked out of him. And I don't think he's got that. I don't think he wants it as much like he used to.
Wilder.
Yeah.
Well, Wilder's last fight, he won by 1 round knockout.
Yeah, I know he did. But I'm saying, when you see who was fighting, he was fighting that.
Elenius.
Yeah. Who was he for up to that? Nobody.
No, not really.
A few of those, a few bums. You know what I mean? A few of them bum tramps. You know what I mean?
Bare bums in shower.
Bare bum show tramps. That's it.
Yeah. If
all his forties, Leroy's window wiper.
What do you think to Usyk as a man and a warrior?
Listen, I think I told everybody when he fought Joshua. I said, listen, this fight is going to be a mauling. No, don't be stupid, don't be this. I said, right, okay. I said, just watch him. But listen, he's hungry. He wants to fight. He doesn't go backwards. Even though he's only got a short reach, he gets up and under. And he's hit, you know, he don't back off and wait for, for openings. He looks to make himself busy. He's back and forth, back and forth. He's got great footwork and everything, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Well, that's what I think personally, but
I think he's like Mozart, mate. He's a southpaw. He's 16 stone, 6'3". He's same height as Ali was, and maybe a few pounds. Well, maybe about same weight that Ali was when he come to end of his career. Ideal weight for these days. Not too big, not too small. He's lost 15 times as an amateur, but rematched more than 10 of them out of 350 fights. He only lost as as a teenager, that age group.
Yeah.
He's won everything at undisputed. He's won everything at heavyweight. He's got 5 out of 6 belts at heavyweight. He is the man. But Tyson's classed as the man by everybody else, but he's only got 1 belt. So put him in pot. There's 6 belts on show.
Have it all. Get it on. Winner takes it all.
And then you can throw belts away because we know who the main man is then, don't we?
For the time being, until the trilogy comes out again.
Well, what my dream is, Shane, is for Usyk to fight Fury.
Yeah.
And the winner to get rid of every belt except the Ring magazine and say to all
the Ring magazine belt. The Ring belt,
get gone, because you don't have to pay any fees with Ring magazine. Get the Ring belt. We know he's the man. Get rid of all them governing bodies. Get gone. And he's the man now. Scatter them.
Get rid of who?
Get rid of all WBC, IBF, IBO, WBA, WBO. Get rid of all them and just keep Ring Magazine belt. Just put
What, all the cheat? Did you mean get rid of all the cheats out of it?
no, get rid of all. No, get rid of all the governing bodies. I don't want to see
Yeah,
all.
all the cheats, all the governing
Yeah,
bodies,
yeah,
because that's all they are.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all they are.
Because we
They're
all
just
know the lineal
thieving
champion
cheats.
will. Yeah, it's Tyson or Usyk, and we just need one person. It's
Yeah.
like when Man City go touring on these tours, whatever. They're known as the best team in Premier League. We ain't got 3 or 4 Premier League champions, have we? We've got one, haven't we?
You know the best team in the championship is, don't you?
Oh, you're gonna say that, yeah.
Hammers.
Oh,
What do you know?
Hammers. Oh, Hammers. I thought that's West Ham, innit?
Yeah.
Are you a West Ham fan?
Been a West Ham fan all my life, son.
Have you? They've never won out since 1980.
Listen, what if it won 2 weeks ago, dickhead?
Oh yeah, you won European Cup, didn't you? Or UEFA Cup or something? Something
Okay,
like
what
that.
it is.
Europa.
Listen,
You're not
it's
counting
silverware.
that, are you?
It's silverware for the dusty cupboard. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, I'll get Mark Tibbs going mad at me now. So that I know they won it in 1980 FA Cup, but I forgot they won Europa recently, didn't they? And they're in
Yeah,
Champions League, aren't they?
3 weeks ago. So we're
Yeah.
guaranteed to be across there next year again as well. Yeah, listen, it's nice. It's nice for the club to have a little bit of something, you know what I mean? For a
Yeah.
change.
I didn't know you were West Ham. I seen you in an old top other week.
Yeah, that's all FC. That's rugby. That's different.
FC. All FC.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
that
get all. No,
you.
that's rugby league.
Are you rugby league?
Rugby league, yeah, all FC, yeah.
Did Max used to play for you? He told me he did.
Max who?
Max who comes on here, Big Max from Scarborough.
The crumb pincher.
What?
The crumb pincher.
He said
He's a
he
crumb
played. He
pincher.
said he played for Hull at rugby or something.
Listen, the only thing he's played for us himself.
Right on the side, it's me mate.
That was some
Can't say that
that
about.
was some 10 foot or something. Come on, Max, you've never been at Ulsom.
God, you've just burst Max's ball. He told me a rugby player.
Well, it might have been. It might have been some team he played for, but it definitely wasn't LFC.
In all.
He might have played for a team in all, you know what I mean? He might have played for the Vixens, the women's team.
Oh, that's a bit below belt, Shane. That.
He's all right. Listen, he's all right. He's
You
just
like Max, don't you?
Max is lovely. He's just a bread loaf.
What?
He's a slice of bread short of a bread loaf, isn't he?
Oh my God, you're awful to Max. You.
I'm not. Listen, he jumps on an aeroplane, goes over there, had 27 fights, never won in his life. Russ, you're only going to get the truth out of me. Listen, I ain't calling you pod to lie to anybody.
I know, mate. I know.
You know what you're going to get from him. Every question you ask me, he's going to be honest, and that's it.
Yeah.
Do I like your teeth? Do I like your teeth? No. They're from Turkey.
They're from Germany. The product they were fitted in Turkey.
Come on, carry on.
Hey.
All right. And they say you can eat kebabs. They'll kebab teeth.
You're a ball breaker, you shall, I swear to God. And when you were in jail with me for that first few days with me, I wanted to knife you, mate.
What's what?
I wanted to knife you if I don't like him.
What's a knife me?
Until I seen Stash and Tucky you came in cell with, and I says, "Oh, you're my new best friend.
Oh, man.
Get them Rizzlers out."
Fucking hell. Listen, I swear to God, I wish I had a pound for it. I wish I had a pound for everyone not to stab me in jail. I'm a good looking chap. I'm a good looking chap.
Yeah, Shane, Conor Benn failed a drug test in July. He failed another
Disgusting.
in September
Listen,
last year.
disgusting. Listen,
That
right.
happened.
I don't really want to go on about it, but listen, right. I don't know the ins and outs and everything, but what I do know is when you've got people coming out the woodwork, jumping on, going, "Oh, it's my mate's lad. He wouldn't do no so." I haven't mentioned names, but listen, jumping out the woodwork. "Oh, it's my mate's lad. He wouldn't do no such thing. He won't." Listen, what is he hanging around with him? So does he know what he's doing with himself? Of course he don't. No one knows what's happened apart from Ben, young Conor Benn. Listen, he's done it. He's been found guilty. Lots more have done it and got away with it. Unfortunately, he's been caught. Take it on the chin. Deal with it and say, "Yeah, let's move forward. You know, do what you've got to do to me. It won't happen again. Let's move on." But no, he wants to deny it and this, that, and the other, and lie about it and everything. And so, well, I can't say lie because I don't know for sure. But what I do know is, you know, tests don't lie. I've had enough piss tests in my life to know that, you know,
We used to get
tests don't
tested
lie.
every other day in jail, didn't we?
There's what?
We used to get tested all the time, MDT.
All the time. You're going to work on the way back. Bang, bang, bang. You 4 people there get pissed in that pot. That's it, So, they know what they're doing. So, if he's done it, shame on him. If he hasn't, shaming us for accusing him. But tests don't lie, do they?
Well, look, he's failed 2 tests and they've done
Twice now, yeah.
Yeah, 4 samples because A and a B twice. You know,
Yeah.
you pee in a cup, they pour it into 2 tubes.
That's
Why they
right.
have to send one off, I don't know. But they mentioned
It tells you there and then anyway, yeah. So you know anyway.
the same piss. It's like, that's the piss, pour it in a tube. That's it. That's orange, by the way.
But it's sometimes the piss disappearing, you know what I mean? And being so you just don't know what's happening here.
Well, they've thrown that much money at it now and shouted the mouths off that much that they can't come clean, can they?
No, well, exactly because they've said that much. They said it, like I said, at the beginning, of saying, going, all right, guys, fair cop, job's good, and let me, let me put it right. I apologise. It's not good enough. No. Like you said, if I argue that much about it now, they'd look silly to go, okay, then maybe we did do a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Do you think it's right, morally right, of Eddie Hearn to put this fight on in Saudi in September if Conor Benn's not been dealt with by board?
How can they put the fight on?
Well, they will. They can do it in Saudi, but the board won't land.
No, we know they can. But I'm saying to you, why?
Can't come home and fight if they do it. In other words,
yeah. Why are they going to do it? Why would they do it? Even though it's all money. But at the end of the day, it's making a mockery out of our boxing system.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, mate. It's a bad situation, but
He's getting paid for being naughty.
Yeah, I feel bad for all them people, Shane, that flew over and booked hotels, coaches, trains, travelled down, and were there in fight week. And we've got Eddie Hearn and Callum Sauerland, sorry, on that this morning, ITV, selling fight in fight week, knowing there were not 1 test, but 2 test failures that they covered up. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. The brass neck.
There was letting people spend their hard-earned cash.
Yeah.
Flying over there, doing whatever and all that to go, oh, well, there's a cheat in the camp.
Yeah.
No,
sorry.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Listen, we can, shame on them if that's what they're doing. Shame on them. It's like a car dealer winding the mileage back on a car, selling it, knowing full well what he's done.
Yeah.
It is. And that happens as well.
I don't know. You said that with a poker face.
What?
She was a district nurse last owner. It's got 8 months MOT. Look, she even left the rotor on Dash Russell. Yeah, that Audi you sold me, that convertible. Oh yeah, cheers, Shane. I got home. I thought, oh, this is nice. Audi convertible. Got all the way home. He said, it's full tank of juice, Porky. I got all the way home. There were no left. I said, there's no left. You went, yeah, it's 2.6 auto petrol. I said, yeah, I'm a red diesel man. I don't want a petrol. I was devastated. 90 gallon.
Yeah, that's because you went on lead foot.
Lead foot, yeah. I spoke to Peter Fury earlier and we spoke about,
He's nice. He's a nice fellow, Peter.
It's all right, and we spoke about jail. You can't get them years back, can you? Obviously, we're in our 50s now. No. You want to mess about with doing what we used to do.
I hadn't spoken to him for a while. How was his weight loss going? How was his lad doing?
Peter?
Yeah.
I don't think he's lost any weight. But
well, he was on the fish and chip diet last time.
Yeah, he was fish and chip, on my last video. Yeah, I don't think he's lost anything. But Huey's about 19 stone now and he's training hard and he's over his symptoms that he had because he had a blood disorder or something. He had to have gold injection. Yeah, so he's back on track and Savannah fights at Wheel title on Saturday.
Lovely. Good.
I'm pleased. Tickets to go, but I've got kids. But I think Gary and John are going to go. But it's Bunny. But it's a good show that actually that Sky are putting on, and I want to see Savannah get a world title and be a 2-weight champion.
Yeah.
She'll win by knockout easily on Saturday, I think, Savannah. So,
Well, it'll be nice.
It's a good bet if she does. But he was saying to me, though, you can't get them years back. You know, I've got a pal who lives near me and he's driving around in an M4 72 plate. He's 25-year-old. And I says to him, you've got it all ahead of you and plenty of it. You know what I mean, don't you? And he thinks, nah, I'm all right. But they're not, are they? They don't know what's ahead of them, Shane, do they?
Listen,
Our take.
we've been there, we've seen it, and we've done it. And the thing is now, when we was up to no good, you know, doing what we was doing as youths, we were getting like 3s and 4s and 5s, which was hefty then. Now they're getting 15s, 16s, 19s, 20s, 25s. And they're only 25-year-old kids that are getting, you know, not mentioning any names, but a young kid from all that I know, a few years ago got slammed with 25. 26 even. And I just think, when he's 25 years old, it's hard work. It's hard work to get through that, get out, and start from scratch again when you're in your late 30s.
They're getting on bird now, Shane. They don't even have to catch you out now. They're just getting the phones. I'm just saying, mate, you're all bang at it. 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Just taking people off streets and giving like 80 years out to 4 or 5 people. And you try and talk to people, I'm like, what do you know? Okay, then. Good luck. Oh. So I say, drinks are for mugs and boozers are cruisers.
That's it. Listen.
I don't believe in booze now.
Listen, the mad thing is between us, listen, right, we've done a bit of porridge between us. Listen, you know, I've been on more rooftop protests than fucking Charles Bronson doing time when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
CB, remember when he used to write to you, CB?
Oh, yeah, Charlie, listen, Charlie used to
remember
write to me
them drawings he used to send you to your house?
Yeah, all the drawings. Listen, and what's upset me about Charlie could have been out now, but he took that bloke who he made out was his son and all that and everything. You know, Bambi. Listen, and George Bambi, and all he's done is wrecked him now even more because they've said, listen, you was plotting to get out to do whatever he was going to do and blah blah blah, and you know he's got that back this time now. Listen, that man's got another 5 years before he's even looked at again for parole. You know what I mean? All because you got all that George Bamber to do what he did, and I just think to myself, absolutely stupid. You know what I mean? But hey,
don't let him out, are they? He's not getting.
That's his choice. No, but he did. He made that was his son and all that and everything, and then
his son.
No, it's not even his son.
How do you know that? I've seen a program about it on telly.
Check it out. Listen, it's all over the news, mate. Everything. It's not even his son, mate.
Oh, Charlie, what's he doing, man?
Listen, it was only about 6 weeks ago. Dave Courtney rang me. I was speaking to Dave Courtney for a little bit on the phone. He was going, oh, this, that, and the other, and everything else as well about Charlie, and blah, blah, blah. So he went, you know, he was the first person Charlie rang and said, listen, mate, you know what he's like. Don't know what you're going to get. Blah, blah. Anyway, before you know it, he's got another phone call saying, you've already gone and knocked me back, you dirty, sneaky little. You know what I mean?
You know they're recording his phone calls.
Is what, pal?
Don't they know they record his phone calls?
Yeah, of course he knows.
But
when he was having on visits and all that, is what?
They've got phones in cells now in there.
Yeah, my pal's got a phone. It is like a proper phone on the wall.
Yeah, phone in your cell on wall, telly, PlayStation, showers and that. We had them metal trays, didn't we?
Yeah.
Remember him in all that medical screw when you got an induction with big massive beard, he's massive in it, big fat.
Yeah.
You got him walking around, kicking people in and giving you like a metal tray with a slice of bread, currants on, and a bit of custard. I goes, hey, what's that? I don't want custard on my sandwich. He goes, it's bread and butter pudding, eat it or starve. I went, Jesus, couldn't believe it. That's not bread and butter pudding, that. A slice of bread. Like a scruffy crust on with currants on and custard. I goes, I'm not eating that. He goes, you'll starve. That's what I did.
I love it. I love it.
That was my first time, as a teenager. I was like, do you know who I padded up with then? He passed away, didn't he? Julian. What was his second name? You know him, didn't you? No, Andy Norman's brother.
Which one? Julian.
Did one of them pass away?
Julian, Dave. A few of them passed away.
They all passed away.
Wayne. Oh, it's quite a lot of them passed away, yeah.
How?
Well, you know how, don't you?
Oh, anyway, you were my age, Jim. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
He goes, "You
Few
eating
was
that?" I said, "I'm not eating that."
Few was passed away, yeah.
My son changed my tune after a couple of days, and they all like that. Wolf in it now. Big Paul Sykes on fours in there. Everybody's terrified of him.
Listen, it was funny you should say that actually, because that site, when you used to when the YPs used to go down, when the YPs used to go down to the gym, you had to go across past C wing, D wing to get into the gym. And then all of a sudden, the screws just shout, 29 on! And then he gets to gym at the 28, takes you, drag one off the landing, rub the ass out of him, and chucks you back out, and he's back out again. When he got back, he was 29.
It's
Listen,
true,
I
isn't
swear
it?
to
When I
God,
come out with that on the other week, people thought I was chatting nonsense. It's true, isn't it?
yeah.
He were doing it in Armley. He were going around knocking people out, bang, back at head, getting near you, purple hacking and money.
Yeah. And then he got those two PEI screws in Hull jail.
Yes.
And
Oh no,
Peter
that was
brought it.
Armley, wasn't it?
No, it was in Hull.
No, he did them with them 2 1 kilo dumbbells, the warm-up ones.
Dumbbells, listen, nearly killed them both.
Yeah, yeah, that's where he got that 10 on top at 5, didn't he, for that, didn't he?
Yeah, but 10 years for doing serious damage like that to a couple of screws. You know, you can walk out now and do something and get 10 years in the street for stupid now. Imagine if you done that now. Oh, you get
Two
25.
screws now, you'd never get out, would you?
Oh, no chance.
Look at me, I would have got massive jail now for what I did to that cop, wouldn't I, if I was a young man. Massive.
Yeah. What did you get? 5?
Yeah, I would have got loads less, wouldn't I? I got 4 for cop and I got 13 for other stuff. I would have got loads more, wouldn't I? A fray and breach and all that. I would have got some right bird now, wouldn't I, if I'd have been my
Double. If you was up for that now, double figures.
Yeah, easily, easily. The good thing were, after I knocked him out, people kicked him after me, you see. So it took, when we went to court, we got forensics from, somebody had a pair of travel fox on, remember them old travel fox?
Yeah.
Lacoste boots, caterpillars and that. I thought, well, there's all these forensics here. It shows that other people have given him a kick after me, like, so that probably saved me, didn't it? But I would have never got out now. But the reason I run remand that long is because when it's anything like that and they're ill and they're in hospital, they have to keep you for a year. If he dies within a year, you charge with murder,
Yeah.
aren't you? So I
Yeah.
had to sweat it out, for about 18 months, because that's when I finally got dealt with. But that's when I first started smoking weed in there then, because I couldn't sleep at night thinking, well, I'm going to be here all my life here. It's a copper for these. Then I started smoking weed and started getting my head down at night.
It's not as though you hugged. It's not as though you hugged your Norris and give him a kiss on the forehead, is it?
Well, it ended up with a broken cheekbone as well. We both got knocked about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's allowed to knock you about his policeman.
It was a special constable that started it.
Yeah, well,
Sergeant got injured.
listen,
I
that's
feel
not
bad
the
about
case.
it. Do you know what? I do feel bad about it because Reggie said something to me over there. I said, yeah, I do feel a little bit bad about it, but they were throwing the weight around in a mining village 10 years after the mining strike. Of course, they're going to get trouble, aren't they? The natives were still restless 10 years later. When coppers start walking into local chip shop on a Sunday night, 11:30, what do they expect? Hey?
Well, I don't think it was the fact that he got a beating off. I think it was the fact that he nearly run his head off all it.
I just lost my head a bit.
When his head was precious with the cab in the car wheel, I think that's what stressed things.
Listen, mate, I feel bad about that, Shane, honestly. My mum's watching this. I'm not going to say it was brilliant. It weren't, man. The bird was nice as well, but you've got to do it, haven't you?
Sorry, Mrs. Hartley. Sorry.
What did you do with that trailer, my dad gear?
I sold it. I sold it to a man.
Did you make on it?
I think I did it for about 750 quid, Russ.
You fucking tosser. Give me a drink.
Well, I gave Dad a grant for it.
You didn't, you twat. You didn't. You gave him 400 quid. He get 2 for it. He's got space now for his
no, I think I sold it for 150. I know what you mean now.
yeah, but right. Anyway, listen.
That's cost me money. I'll pop around for it.
Right. I hope you're well. I hope you're keeping out of trouble. I know you are because you've done well since we did jail. You've got a good business head on you. I always knew you did have in there because you were everything you've turned your hand at. You've been good at, even if it's you know, putting stuff on a boat and getting it over. It has to be organised stuff like that, doesn't it? So I always knew you'd do well. You just had, look, you've got all your business all put dogs and everything behind you and that, yeah. You've done well. Why don't you put it all on a computer instead of writing it? Or are you old school?
I'll tell you what it is with me, right? I've got a computer, listen, right? Yeah. And to be fair, I have a PA who does most of my work on the computer. Yeah. But listen, I should really show you this because these are people's personal things. But listen, these are my books. I am still old school.